Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show, from the independent scene to the main event of WrestleMania. Got some GCW here. This is GCW Bad One. About 2 weeks ago when this show happened. It happened on the 14th. The G Code happened on the 15th. Aurora and back to back both happened on the 20th and 21st. I actually have not watched those two shows yet. I watched Bad One probably a week or so ago. I've just been putting off doing the video. Been busy, a lot going on. So the next GCW show will be on the 12th, which is the same day as AEW's Wrestle Dream. It will be Fight Club, The Art of War Games. So hopefully I'll have Aurora and Back to Back both watched and reviewed before the 12th. So we get the War Games match there with Deathmatch Royalty, one called Manders, Effy, Janela, and Megan Bayne. So that should be a fun show. So this is going to be the Bad One. Happened at Harpo's Theater there in Detroit, Michigan. Alright, first match we had Alec Price versus Arez. Both of these guys, big time offensive, over the top. Arez did a freaking dive over the corner. For whatever reason, when wrestlers do that move, when they just do a normal dive over the ropes to the outside, it's cool. But when they do across the turnbuckle, and they're able to get high, get air going across that turnbuckle, there's just something different about that. Alec Price had a 720 DDT. How he pulls off some of these matches. Alec Price is one of those guys, to me at least, that if he could get on a Best of Super Juniors or something with CMLL where he can kind of get on a little bit bigger world platform, I think there'd be a lot of people be behind him. Because he's got charisma, he's got the athletic ability, he's got the talent. In this match here, he was able to get the victory there over Arez, 10 minutes and 16 seconds. I give it 3.5 stars. These are the kind of matches that it's like, I don't care if they're 10 minutes or 30 minutes. They're just cool because they're just so much high risk offense. Next up, we had the GCW Tag Titles line. We had champions of Violence is Forever, Dominic, Garrini, and Kevin Koo taking on the Pillars, Malcolm Monroe III, and Tommy Vendetta. This was just a solid match. Nothing spectacular happened. Just 4 guys fighting. Violence is Forever is their name, and they're violent. The Pillars, you see them sometimes at ICW and some other independent companies. Good match. 9 minutes and 41 seconds. I ended up giving it 3 stars. Next up, we had Ultraviolet champion Maki Itoh. I don't like the fact that she is the Ultraviolet champion because she doesn't, number one, get that violent, and number two, she really doesn't defend the title much. So it's like, put the title on somebody who's going to defend it and who's actually violent. Let me see when she actually defended the title last. I'm sorry, the Extreme title, not the Ultraviolet, the Extreme title, my bad. So yeah, she defended the title on the 13th of August against the Great Sasuke, that the sky is the limit there in Tokyo. She's held the title 207 days. Yeah, it's like, she had a match against Alec at Can I Trust You? And again, it's like, okay, that match wasn't really violent at all. The Extreme title is Extreme Violence. So I like to see GCW get the title off of her, put it on somebody like a John Wayne Murdoch, like a Cole Radrick, somebody like that, that's going to kind of get that kind of violence out of it, extremeness out of it. The match was a good match. They fought on the outside. Maki hit a DDT on the ringside on the apron on Kylie Ray. 9 minutes and 23 seconds. I ended up giving it 3 stars. One of my favorite matches of this show was Gringo, Loco, and Man Like DeReiss. If you watch British Independent Wrestling, you know who Man Like DeReiss is. I say 0-1, you say 2-1, 0-1, 2-1. Tag Team Progress Wrestling and Rev Pro. Taking on overall, great wrestler. Not just a lucha libre, not just a deathmatch guy. Gringo Loco can do it all. Gringo and man like DeReiss just doing a just clinic on high flying moves. Gringo did a couple big dives to the outside. DeReiss did a big slide to the outside. Literally slid through the ring almost. Gringo got the victory here. I ended up giving it 3.5, 10 minutes, 53 seconds. For these kind of guys, for what they're trying to do here in GCW, this was a good length of match. You start getting it longer than this, and you start really kind of almost going too much of that. Just shorten it up, 10, 15 minutes, and then do the high-risk maneuvers. Gold to me. 3.5 star on this one. Gringo Loco getting the victory. Next up, we had the Megasis, Megan Bayne, taking on Brooke Havok. We saw her return to GCW recently. Megan Bayne, 3 huge power bombs on the ringside on Brooke Havok. A spear to an F5. Yes, the Megasis speared Brooke Havok and then F5'd her. If the Megasis isn't picked up by one of the big companies sooner than later, I'd be shocked. Unless there's some other baggage we don't know, but talent-wise, she's right there with any of them. I ended up giving this match 2.5 star. It was a lot of one-sidedness with Megan Bayne. A match lasted 11 minutes 29 seconds. Next up, we had Ciclope and Blake Christian. Yeah, this match was just insane. Ciclope, he got taken out of by Medio Extremo, and obviously Medio hasn't let it go yet. Ciclope is trying to make a name for himself on the singles side. He got ultra violent here with door bridges. Ciclope put Blake Christian through a door bridge. Blake attacked Cico before the match even started. Cico hit Blake with a door. They both ended up going through doors, diving through doors and all that good jazz. It was a true hardcore extreme match with these two. With Ciclope actually getting the victory, which kind of shocked me a little bit. With former GCW World Champion Blake Christian eating a pin here. I ended up giving it 3.5 star with Ciclope winning 12 minutes and 45 seconds. Next up, we had a 6-person tag match. We had Thrunt, which is one called Manders, Dark Sheik, and Effy, taking on Tuff, Tony, Breyer, Wellington, and Madman Pondo with Violent J at ringside. Tough Tony did his corkscrew dive off the top rope. They ended up putting all 3 members of Thrunt through door bridges. Light tubes got involved, and it just got kooky from there. 10 minutes, 19 seconds, Thrunt, one called Manders, Dark Sheik, and Effy getting the victory, and they were giving it 2.75 star. Next up, we had Sawyer and Crazy King. This one's actually labeled a death match. And we got chairs, we got tubes. When you take a bundle of tubes and just sort of smash over each other's heads, something different about that. When that ring is just covered in pieces of glass, we're talking these fluorescent tubes, and they're just, not just one at a time. They're taking bundles and just bundling each other, and just whacking each other with chairs. The best part is when they put the bundle in. Somebody's laying there, they're laying there standing there, they hand them a bundle of tubes, and they're looking at the bundle of tubes, and they take a chair and just whack them with it in the face. Or they put the tube in their mouth, and the person is going to sit there and so you can go like that and break it, and so glass goes down the throat. Yeah, we get violent in GCW, folks. Sawyer winning this match over Crazy King. I give it 3.25 star match. Followed by another death match with John Wayne Murdoch and Dr. Redacted. Same type of stuff. Tubes, we added some glass in here. When you drop kick somebody through a pane of glass, and then you do a glass bridge, and of course you're going to be blood, and then you top that off with lighter fluid, and you light the glass on fire, and then you put somebody through it, which is what John Wayne Murdoch did, and you get the victory off of that. That is a death match, folks. 3 1/4 star with John Wayne Murdoch beating Dr. Redacted in 12 minutes and 16 seconds. We get all that cleaned up because we have to clean all that up. We have a GCW World Title match. We have champion Mance Warner taking on Danhausen. Now, this match ended in a no contest because Mance and Broski Jimmy ended up attacking Danhausen. Then Megan May came out for the save along with Joey Janela. And so we ended up making a tag match out of it with Bad Boy Hausen, Danhausen and Bad Boy Joe Janela, and Deathmatch Royalty, Broski Jimmy and Mance Warner. Danhausen had his teeth out there in his jar and he dumped people's mouths. And you had chairs involved and tubes involved because Janela and Mance Warner can get down and dirty deathmatch style with anybody. We ended up having Bad Boy Hausen get the victory, and 14-10 is the official for the tag match. 8-17 was the no contest for the world title. For the world title piece, I ended up giving it 2-star. For the tag match, I ended up giving it 2 3/4 star. So that just was a straight no contest because of the outside. Broski Jimmy got involved, so Mance Warner is still your GCW World Heavyweight Champion. So that was GCW Bad One. Overall, good show. And they mostly are. Very rarely do you have a bad GCW show. But that is GCW Bad One. As always, thanks for watching our sports show from the independent scene to the main event of WrestleMania. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.